It started with a text. I remember the exact moment, because a little ping on my phone felt like an ice cube sliding down my spine. Can't wait to see you tonight. Don't tell anyone. From her. From the woman I trusted with every quiet part of my life. My stomach clenched. I stared at the screen, trying to convince myself it was innocent. A surprise for her birthday, maybe. But deep down, a voice I tried to ignore whispered, "You warned her about him once." You were right. Weeks before, I had noticed the way her boss lingered a little too long during meetings. The way he complimented her unnecessarily. The way she laughed at things she wouldn't normally laugh at. I tried to be rational. Told myself I was overreacting. That jealousy was twisting reality. "It's just work," I said. "Nothing's happening." She smiled at me then, oblivious to my unease, and I let it go. But that smile now in my memory felt like a punch. The days leading to her birthday had been strange. Missed calls from her that she brushed off with traffic. Long period with her phone tucked out of sight. Sudden wardrobe changes she insisted were for fun. I questioned myself constantly. Was I paranoid, imagining signs that weren't there? I replayed every interaction, every late-night message she claimed were work stuff, and every joke I'd laugh at that now sounded hollow. Her birthday dinner was at a small, intimate restaurant. I thought it would be harmless, just a night of celebrating her. Just us. I arrived early, nervously adjusting my tie, watching the door. When she walked in, radiant in a dress I'd never seen before, my chest tightened. She smiled, but it wasn't the same smile. It was cautious, a little secretive. And then I saw him, her boss, at the table. They sat close, leaning into each other as if the world outside didn't exist. My stomach lurched, a mixture of anger, disbelief, and heartbreak wrapping around me like a vice. I wanted to deny it, tell myself I was imagining the closeness. But their hands brushed casually, deliberately. I left without a word. Outside, the cold air hit me like a slap, sharp and unforgiving. I drove in silence, the city lights blurring through the tears I refused to let fall. Every memory of us, her laughter in our apartment, the way she held my hand on long drives, the nights we stayed up talking about everything, suddenly felt tainted. Was it all a lie? Had I been living with a stranger masquerading as the woman I loved? I went home, hoping for some kind of clarity. That's when I found it. A string of texts between her and him, hidden in a folder I'd never noticed. "Can't wait for tonight. Just you and me. I love the way you make me feel alive. I wish it could be more than work." My hand shook as I scrolled, each message a knife twisting deeper. The evidence was clear, undeniable, and yet I felt numb, as if my mind refused to process betrayal of this magnitude. I confronted her the next morning. She didn't deny it. She didn't even flinch. Her eyes were sad, apologetic, but not enough to soften the blow. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she said. "I didn't plan for it. But he just made me feel seen." Her words hit me in ways I hadn't anticipated. Part anger, part disbelief, part sorrow. She sounded like she was telling the truth, but it was the kind of truth that destroys everything it touches. I walked away then, out of the bedroom, out of the life we built together, out of the lies she had been living. I carried memories that now burned with a bitter edge. The small joys, the whispered promises, the ordinary mornings we thought were ours. And yet, even in that pain, I felt something stir, a quiet strength, a reclaiming of myself in the wreckage she left behind. Weeks later, I stood alone in our apartment, packing the remnants of a life I once thought eternal. The silence was deafening, but I welcomed it. For the first time, I realized that betrayal, while sharp and searing, also cleared space. Space to breathe, space to heal, space to remember that love should never hurt this much. Not this quietly, not this completely. Her birthday had proven me right. And while it had shattered the illusions I held, it had also given me something I hadn't expected. The understanding that self-respect isn't just about standing up to others. It's about standing back up for yourself after the fall. I left the apartment, the city stretching before me like a promise. Heartbroken, yes, but no longer defeated. I don't know if she ever regretted it. I don't know if he ever knew the chaos he caused. But I do know this. I warned her once, and she chose her path. And I chose mine. The one where heartbreak is a lesson, betrayal is a teacher, and moving forward is the only way to reclaim what's left of your soul.